What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today we're going to talk a little bit about some more people the Colts are getting, right? Undrafted free agents. It is that time of the offseason. The draft is over immediately after teams start signing a bunch of different guys. And for the Colts, that list of guys has grown, I believe. There might be a name or two not on this list. I'm looking at PFF. I did just see a tweet of another offensive lineman that the Colts are bringing in from Old Dominion. But the guys that we have signed, starting off, we have a running back, Ulysses Bentley the fourth, and this isn't going to be in depth. We will go over all these guys. We're going to go over all our draft picks. We're going to go over all the undrafted free agents, right? We're going to do videos on it. We're not going to stretch them out, right? These are going to be quick videos that we go through, especially the undrafted guys. I'm going to look into it and look into all these guys. We're going to talk about it. Okay, this is just letting you guys know where we are. And again, we have running back Ulysses Bentley the fourth from Ole Miss. And then we bring in 4 wide receivers, which I think is a very interesting decision. Blaine Taylor from Abilene Christian, Coleman Owen from University of Ohio, Landon Parker from Troy, who is, I believe, the best RAS score of any wide receiver in this draft. I'm pretty sure 9.97, like 6'2", 212, I think, with like, ridiculous vertical. He runs a 4.4, I think, or maybe it was a 4.37. But nonetheless, Colts get a freak at wide receiver there. And then Tyler Kamen, maybe, Emporia State. So with all these wide receivers, and now with us having 4 quarterbacks, I assume that the wide receivers are coming in to be bodies for the quarterbacks and to be there for the quarterbacks to help the competition along between top of the roster and bottom of the roster guys, and also push the competition, right? We've had so many of the same guys on the roster for so long, including practice squad, that I think we're really at a point where, you know, the competition needs to be great at every position, and at the wide receiver position, we have options. And now that we have options, hey, let's get the bottom of the roster as good as we can get the bottom of the roster, because if the bottom of the roster gets better, that means, boom, guess what? The whole roster gets better. So overall, like the idea. Going to be interesting to see, do any of these guys stick? Of course, with Landon Parker being an absolute freak show. Kind of hope that one works out, right? And to see, can he turn into something in the NFL? That'll be interesting to watch. And then as we go forward here, like I mentioned, we had an offensive lineman from Old Dominion that we signed today. There's also offensive lineman Marshall Foerner, Foerner. Foner, whatever the case, Minnesota State. We'll see what happens there. Probably just a camp body. Then on the defensive side is where a lot of this comes from. And we start with 2 interior defensive linemen, one from Florida Atlantic, one from UTSA. Devontae Davis from Florida Atlantic, and then Joe Evans. So getting some more big bodies in the middle. Who's going to stick around? Who's going to be able to hang? That's going to be the interesting question in camp, right? We know those interior defensive linemen, we need to keep 1 or 2 between, you know, who we drafted and who we're picking up here in free agency. Like, who's going to stick on the roster? What are we going to be able to do at the interior defensive line position? And are we going to be able to really find some depth to come in and help out Grove and Buck? That's going to be the question. Now, we did get 1 edge rusher here. And this is actually just signings. There are minicamp invites as well. But of the signings, edge rusher Desmond Little from UAB. So adding more to the edge rusher room and see what we can build up there. Added a linebacker, Solomon DeShields from Texas A&M. And then at safety, Evan Slocum from Wake Forest. And those complete the signings for offense and defense. We did sign a kicker from Temple, Maddox Trujillo, I believe is how that's pronounced, Trujillo. So we do get the kicker that Chris Ballard said he was going to end up getting, just like we did last year. But of course, we expect Schrader to end up getting that. But shout out to Chris Ballard for sticking to his word, continuing to create competition through the roster. Okay, then the minicamp invites that we have Interior defensive lineman, Maverick Hansen from Michigan State. Edge rusher, Caden Woolard from Oklahoma. And linebacker, Tevin Ship from Tennessee Martin. So you can kind of see the construction of what we're doing just with undrafted free agents. Kind of what we talked about through the offseason. Running back, getting running back depth. Getting another kicker after Matt Gay was let go. We knew that was going to happen. Getting offensive and defensive linemen. We knew that was something that had to happen. You have to get depth on both sides of the ball there. We got a couple of linebackers, which is good, after drafting one in the 7th round. And then, of course, the 4 wide receivers is really the one that's kind of thrown in here. But I do think that that's good for, again, creating competition. We think we know who our 6 are going to be, but I love that we're bringing in guys, push those 6, and then push the practice squad guys. Practice squad guys don't get comfortable. You're not just going to be on the practice squad because that's the way it's been the last couple of years. Now it's time to go. So really like who we're bringing in. I like the positions we're looking at to bring in. Like what we're doing here with the undrafted free agents. Now I'm ready to start looking into all the different players between guys we drafted, the guys in undrafted free agency, because outside of Tyler Warren, I feel like most of the people we drafted, and of course undrafted free agents, people don't really know about. We will talk about it here on this channel. I'll get as much information as I can for you guys, and I'll get you as much solid information about these players as I possibly can so that we can roll into training camp here in a couple months knowing exactly what we're looking at with these guys. So you let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. And of course, if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that like button and make sure that you're also subscribed with notifications on so you get notified anytime there's any content dropping on this channel. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.